There was something missing in my last video. If you are like watching my videos and my podcast, if you're listening my podcast, then definitely you would have catched it. But let me tell you what it is. The thing is, I never introduced myself in that particular video, which I never ever miss doing that. But that was done on purpose. Why? Because yeah, definitely we are going to talk about it in this video. So basically this video is all about fun of introduction. So basically when someone asks you what's your name, or even if you are like in a crowd and in a class, or maybe somewhere in a crowd, basically in an audience or somewhere, and someone start asking all of the people that start introducing yourself, what do we do? mm, Maybe my name is this and that, and yeah, that is how do we start. So how do we do that? Like this was like my personal basic question when I was young. And when you are in a new class, or you go somewhere, or you find someone new in your life and you start introducing, sometimes you are in a formal situation, sometimes you are in an informal situation. So how do we proceed? How do we introduce ourselves? And like if someone asks you what kind of person you are, like a full blown introduction, like of maybe 3-4 lines, or what do you do, how do we do it? So the basic principle is, like, definitely I'm not gonna say what is the basic principle, because these principles are not written anywhere, or they are this is like my experience, and I have experimented a lot. So all what I am saying is out of my experimentation. So yeah, recently I remember maybe 1 or 2 years ago, we were in class, and there was this exercise, or maybe it was a psychological exercise which was going on. So there was someone who asked, start introducing yourself, and everyone was so I started observing people, how they are introducing yourself, because I really love watching people doing this kind of stuff, when they start introducing themselves, because you can see the different energies, and you can see the different people and how they speak, and what kind of tone they are using. So I love observing people doing that. So I went through, like, I observed number of people. So someone was like, hey, hi, they started like this with a very vibrant energy, and it was kind of some people were quite loud, and some people were like, they had like very soft and calming voice, and some people were like, they was quite nervous and they were awkward. So the thing is, I don't know, matlab, I don't know what they were doing or what they were saying, but whatever I considered to be right was the so whatever I consider right was that whenever I introduce myself, I start with, my name is Upasana. So which I didn't do on my last episode. So basically I start my podcast, I used to start my podcast like this: my name is Upasana and we are on top of the folks. So this is how I personally introduce. And there are like number of things which I noticed that one should definitely remember while introducing themselves. So yeah, let's get into it. I mean, let's start dissecting it. So yeah, basically, like if I break it down for you, so it is like there are formal situations and then there are informal situations. And if we talk about, like, there are like one-to-one formal situation, like you meet someone, you are having some kind of deal with someone, or you are in a formal situation with someone, like maybe in school, or maybe in college, and you are having like a gathering or something. So on the other hand, like one-to-one. And the second thing is when you are with a group, or if you are dealing with a group. So there are those kind of situation in both of the scenarios, like informal and also in informal. So how do we crack it and how do we do that? So let's see. Everything starts with your name. So phrases like my name is, or I am, are just, they are some kind of expected phrases. So even if you are like, you mispronounce it or something, people will not focus on it. But it is very important to emphasize on your spelling, on the name of your spelling, and you don't have to spell it definitely, but how you pronounce it. And you should be very clear and loud, and not too loud also. You don't have to shout, basically. And sometimes, when someone asks my name and if they have to write it down somewhere, then I specially tell them that Upasana with an extra A, because if we can ask for extra cheese, we can also, because people miss your spelling. And there are like I have, met a lot of people, their pronunciations are, same, but their spellings are different, so you have to be very careful with that. Okay, so apart from spelling and everything, uh, I really want to share this story, which is like, very important, and which is very personal to me especially. So one day I was like, watching something or somewhere, and suddenly this, maybe some video came. It was, I think, from some episode or some season of like Big Boss, and Vicky Kaushal was there. So definitely he does not require like any kind of introduction, and people know him already, but what, in that particular moment, he gained like a lot of respect, and that respect was really from my heart. Because why? He was actually introducing himself like, my name is Vicky Kaushal, and he was so calm, and there was this, pretty smile on his face, and he was going to each contestant in that house, and he was introducing himself. And that is where, I was very, in that zone ki, wow, this man is so good. I mean, I really, he gained respect at that particular moment of time. So yeah, no matter where you are, or if you are dealing with any kind of junior, and that it happens that someone knows you, like maybe a teacher or your junior or anyone else, like in public and everything. If people know you, then the first thing is you do is, you introduce yourself. Like if you enter a room and you, people are waiting for you, or you are going to meet someone, then definitely you should go and you should greet people, and then say, my name is this, and then start with your conversation. I mean, it's that simple. There is this new thing which I have learned like in my recent years, is that I used to hug people, not just my friends but also my acquaintance. So you understand, there are some people who are in your close group, and they are your friends, and they are your comfort zone. But there are some people you just know, you don't share your personal details with, and they are your acquaintance. So I know that I used to do this a lot. I used to, hug my acquaintance also. Like, maybe if it is like, if it is not like a full hug, like it was like, side hug or something. But that with time I realized that not everyone deserves to be in your comfort zone, or in your personal zone. So you can rather shake hands, and which is quite formal, but or you can fist bump. Like these are the two things which you can do. Shake hand when, no, when you are meeting someone for the first time, or you are in a formal situation. And you can fist bump people, or you can just do your thing, like waving, or whatever is your thing in which you are comfortable, which is comfortable for your personal zone. Because but you just have to be like very careful who is around you, because you should not, definitely not hug each and everyone. But still, because it is not like that it's discomforting or something, but it's like some people actually don't deserve it. So you should know what kind of people you are meeting. Because I was that kind of person who used to just go and meet number of people and everything. Because yeah, I'm an extrovert, so yeah, you cannot help it. But still, you should understand something. So this is something which I understood, so I'm here with all these points. And okay, there is something which I love. I mean, I really love doing this. It's like, a process. So first is the referral points. You if you learn something, like if you like really want to learn something. For example, if what I have learned, how I have learned this everything is from using my referral points. For example, if we are in a meeting or something, and if there is someone who's standing in front of me and I really like what they are saying and how they are saying it, I used to observe it, and I used to go home and write it down, or maybe I used to record it on my phone and everything, like like a voice recorder, or you can write it down in a note or something. So referral point is very important. And then after a referral point, you can also practice it in front of mirror. Like, it is my favorite hobby. It is my favorite hobby. So you can do that, and it's very fun and it's very comforting also. So yeah, you can do that. So doing first is the referral point thing, and second, you can do the practice, because you sometimes don't know whether this particular thing is suitable for you or not. So you can do that. Then comes, like, if you are introducing yourself now, you cannot do anything with your eyes. You have to look straight, confident, chin up, and you just have to look to whomsoever you are talking, and then just with a smile. Not too, you don't have to be like too smiley and everything. It should be like simple. You should have you There should be just a smile. Because I remember we were in some we were doing some, there was some kind of program going on. It was a psychological program, and there was this girl, and she was too loud, and she was laughing while she was introducing herself. And I don't know why she was doing that. Maybe she was she was very extrovert. But that is not how you do it. You do it with a smile. You take the things with your flow, which whatever is comfortable with you. And from my idols, like whosoever are there, there are two and three. So these people are like extremist, and when they start speaking, one of them is Dr. Peterson, and when they speak, people go crazy, because they are extremist. I mean, I cannot stop talking about them, but yeah, that's I'm going off track. So let's go back to on our path. So the thing is, second thing which I learned is hand gestures. Though I used to do it like when I was a little girl, but yeah, hand gestures are very important. And which gesture suits you. Which hand gesture suits you is very important. You cannot dance. Definitely you cannot dance anywhere. So that is very important. You should, yeah, definitely. The bottom line of this particular thing is that you have to have practice it in the front of your mirror. And then a very special, or the most important part is that you should know where you are taking pause, what kind of pause are there. You should take breaks. You should break a conversation. It should not be like you should this shouldn't go like you are the only one who's speaking. You should take inputs from the people who are sitting out there. So which is very important. And if you like really want to have a conversation about something, then you should definitely emphasize on some particular words, so which is very important also. And then you should focus on your pace. Things should not go like you are just hurrying everything, and you're just it should not look like a rant basically. And you should not be too slow. Like, people are like, oh my god, this is so slow, and this is like some kind of meditation. No, we don't want to do that. We just want people to listen us. So yeah, this is something which is very important. And it is very like basic. If you are talking, then you should definitely focus on your breathing pattern, because your breathing pattern is coordinated with your pace. So you should understand your breathing pattern, how you breathe when you talk to people, and in some kind of nervous or anxious situation. And the amazing part of whole of this conversation is that you should know how to coordinate with your thoughts, which is like the utmost important thing. Sometimes what happens, you just stand up and then you are blank. You have no words. You cannot even pronounce your name properly. You just go blank. So you don't have to do that. You can take a deep breath, start focusing on what you are saying, what kind of words you are using. You have to coordinate with your thoughts, because when you start speaking, there are like number of thoughts going in your brain, and then you don't know, you start panicking and you don't know which thought to pick up, and which thought is appropriate, and also intrusive thoughts comes, and it's a lot to take. I know this thing. But if you start you know calming yourself down, and just taking like a two or three words, and then you start speaking, everything will start to frame out for you. Like, it will be an automatic process. And I think, and the last thing which I would want to say, that do what you expect from people. For example, I always say things, and I always do things when I'm in front of people, that how will I be able to understand if someone is standing in front of me, then what kind of things I might do, sorry, what kind of things that person can do to make me something understand. There should be this humble smile on his face, and there should be some kind of motion, because you cannot just go and stand straight with expressionless face, and you cannot hold a conversation like that with you are with the crowd, and you are speaking, and you are, even if you're introducing yourself, you cannot do that. If you are a blank page, then you have all the right to fill that with your authenticity and your uniqueness, which is very important. And yeah, the top leaders and people who are amazing with their words and everything, they are authentic, they are original, they know, because that is the basic thing. If you are not going to show out your originality, your uniqueness, then no one's gonna do that for you. Trust me on this, been there, done that. So practice a lot, and do let me know, what kind of things you understood, like from, not from this, but from this particular fun of introduction and public speaking and everything. So do let me know. And if you really like it, then yeah, you can like the hit button, and you can subscribe it if you like really want to join this journey. Until then, like, maybe maybe after some time, like in 2 or 3 days, I'll upload a new video, and we'll catch up soon, and you can follow me on any social media you like. So yeah, till then, take care.